We'll first see Sapna and Shikhar. Okay, I'll take these two first. Let's see how they have done. So I'll discuss my all the questions over here, right? So what was the question number one? So question number one is here. This is your data, right, everybody? And then this was the data. Question number one. Parties are there, political parties, the month, and how many seats they have won in that month, how many seats they have lost, and of course the year, right? So I guess we have here 3 years of data: 2002, 2001, and 2000, right? Okay. So in our country, these are the parties, and then every year, in which month the party actually has, how did the party perform? This is the data, right? Hope you remember that. So there were three questions. The first question is that create a report in Power BI which can give us the year-wise party won data. Party won data. Okay. Which I need year-wise basically. So that means I have 3 years. So 2000, 2001, and 2002. We need to create a visual for this, right? And then of course in 2000, 2001, 2002, which party, right? So which party means, let's say I have A party, then B party, then C party, and the seats. I'm just explaining. Okay, this has nothing to do with visual. We're trying to understand the question. So this is how I mean these three things basically should go in your data, right? Okay. So the first thing is that if I create the BI, let me create the solution here. So this is the question number one, right? So we have the party and we have the seats and we have the year. So how I can create this year on year? Maybe I can create this visual clustered column. I guess we can do that or not. Clustered column where I will have on the axis, we can have maybe year, right? And then the party as a legend and seats won, the value. What do you think? So we'll have a data 2000, 2001, 2002. You can create the borders. You can move this title over here. The title looks good. Seats won by year and party. Well, seats won by year and party doesn't look good. So seats won should be fine. So where is that? It's in the general tab, in the title, and we can say seats won. What do you think? Right? Did you take care of these things or not, or just drawn the picture and send it to me? Huh? When you create something, when you're working on data, you should love your data. You should give it a feel that whosoever is going to watch, your viewer, he or she doesn't have to put efforts. They feel that, they can feel that, okay, this person has been able to tell me each and everything, like a storyteller, right? Okay, so seats won, see here, this we can remove X from X title, Y axis title, right? So this obviously you can do, but let's just quickly do this. And so title is where is the title? This is the title as per the new visual. And then we have the Y axis. Let's go in the Y axis and then the title off, right? You could also create the same thing by using the slicer also, I guess. Okay, so this is the question number one. Question number one, and in the question number one, basically the part one, right? So I think we can create the other way around also. I mean, if I simply go and create here some slicer, in the slicer I can put maybe the dates, isn't it? Right? Like for example, well, let's see that if one of you have done it or not. So this is Sapna's test. Sapna said that, okay, this is correct. Sapna used, I have already checked this. Sapna has used the stacking, okay? This one, stacking column chart, which is fine. There's no challenge in that, right? So this also tells the entire story. But next time when you create the next time in the next test, I'll cut down the marks for whosoever is not going to decorate this properly. I mean, like see, ear, seats won, it's not required, right? You have the ear here, or better you mention here that seats won, ear, party seats won, yearly, something like that. I mean, I can, when I look at your test, or some, as I said, that your viewer, the audience is going to look at it, they feel that this person has beautified this, has put every 100% effort in, making this a report, uh, a good report, which is telling you every facts about the business. Okay, so this is correct, Sapna. This is okay. Let's see the Shekhar. So Shekhar, this is a Shekhar's question number one. This is a question number two, question number three. So in the first question, seats won by the year in the party. So now here he has done the same thing, I guess, which I did, right? Perfect. So you also take care of these things, okay? Seats won, title. I mean, I think we do not need that. And if you say that, oh no, I have done this deliberately, I think this looks good, then perhaps then title should be a little different. Try to give minimum information, but at the same time, the message should be clear, right? So this is question number one is correct, Shekhar. Your question number one is also correct. Uh, let's go to the question number two now. Okay, so question number two, I'll put it here. Okay, question number, sheet one actually, question number two, part two. This way I'll put it. Okay, so what is it? Create a report which can show the month on month each party seats won. So I think it's just about, I'll do it here only. It's about just changing the axis, isn't it? So let's copy this, paste this. So this is the second one, right? And here we want to see the month, right? So if I put this here, the month basis, and I remove the year, I should be able to see the month performance, right? Now, this is a month performance, but if you, the question, as per the question, this is correct. But the thing is that nobody wants to see the performances like for 3 years. They like to see for every Jan, the total for Jan 2001, for Jan 2002, and for Jan 2003 and 4, because this is adding the numbers. This seats won for Jan 36 is coming from all the years, right? So perhaps I can give the option, though in the question this was not asked, but I think we can pray for putting the year here, right? So that month on month performance can also be there, and at the same time I can have the year also. So a person who wants to see the performance, he can go and check, right? You can use these options also, from 2000 to less than or equals to, this we have already discussed. So I prefer giving the filter also to that person, okay? So that I can, if I have to look specifically for Jan, Feb and March for this year, I can do that, right? Sorting is, we never discussed about the sorting, like how to sort the Jan, Feb, March. When I gave you the test, I remember, but now you can sort it, right? So this is fine. So Sapna has created a new sheet. So again, she has done the, I think, same thing, but she used the stacking, the month, the party, and the seats won. Fine, this is correct. Okay. Shekhar, this is Shekhar's data. Shekhar is using the same template which I am. So he's also using the month axis and the party. So here I found something. Let me see that. Does not show data based on years. Okay. Does not actually. Yeah. So this I have already highlighted. This even Sapna, you also need to take care of it. Okay. I know the question did not demand it, but you don't have to go by the question only. I mean, maybe when you present some report, think in this way, right? Because I personally like to see, if I have to see all the 3 years Jan performance, or maybe 2 years Jans, or maybe individually, which is most of the time I like to see, then I should have that. Okay. So, but this question is correct. As I said, this answer is correct. Okay. So fine. Then the create a report which shows only Jan month, but for 2000 and 2001. So basically here I'm looking for 2000 plus 2001, right? Maybe I want to see the addition of 2001 and 2002. 2000 and 2001. I want to see the total, or maybe even if you have created this like separated, you have separated these years. One is 2000, one is 2001, and as far as 2002 is not there, then I'm okay with that. Okay, so how we can do that, right? And now let's create the third one. I'll create here only. So let's take this, say Control C, Control V. Okay, so this is the third one, and I quickly go in the title first of all. Seats one is fine, but this is our third question. Okay, you should not use that, but I'm just using. And this is the second one in the general tab, title, and this is my second one. Fine. Okay, so the question is that I want to show here 2 months data, I guess, 2 years data, 2000 and 2001, and this will show only for the Jan month. Okay, and the seat won and the seat lost. Okay, so let me cut this. Let's go here. Let's paste this here, and this is your part 3. So now I can show this in 2 ways. First is that here the seat one is there, and I say Control C, Control V, and here I can have, instead of the seat one, I can have the seat lost, right? Okay, then I have to figure it out that how I can get rid of this 2002 actually, right or wrong? Yeah, so you can create the duplicate copy of the table and in the Power Query you can filter the data, isn't it? That is something we can do. So if you go to the Power Query, you just say that I want to create a duplicate copy of this. I'll not do that, but this way we can simply go and click on the transform data, and you create the duplicate copy of it. Okay, so when you create the duplicate copy of this, say that I want duplicate, or Control C, Control V you can do, then filter this, and in the filter remove the data of that year, and then say close and load, close and apply, right? And obviously then your data will not have that specific visualization for that year, right? That is also fine. But I believe we can set up the filter here. First of all, which shows only Jan month. Seats won and seat lost. So seat won and seat lost. So what I do, instead of the year here, I'll simply put the party here. Okay, and we remove the year from here, and let's delete this for the time being. So seats won by the party, and bordering and everything you can go and give it. Put the slicer here. Now in the slicer, what I can do, I can create 2 slicers, one for the year and one for the month, or maybe in the same slicer we can drag both, like this. And now we can see that we need 2000 data and 2001. Let me press Control key, right? I told you that if you want to enable the without selecting the Control key, you can go here and you can in the settings you can go with this like the multi-select is on, right? So if you want to change this to single select, you can do that from here, right? So for me, because multi-select is required, we are looking for 2 data. So I'll simply get rid of Feb and March as per the requirement, I guess, right? So we'll look for this, and here also I'll click on this and I click on this, right? So this way I have my 2000 and 2001 data selected for the January. Is it correct or not? So we need this for the Jan month only, right? So finally you have the data here, seats won. Let's say Control C, Control V, and here we can have the data. Just need to change this layout, seats lost, right? So this is your seats lost, and remove the seats won. So we have here, and I think that the Congress does not exist. Sorry, what I'm saying, Kong party does not exist. It might be there's no data in the Jan. We can cross check. So in the Jan, you see that 0, and then there's 0, right? So this makes sense. So this is the nice way to create the slicer. Obviously, You can go and give some formattings, all that bordering, there are many things you can do that I'll not do, but this is how. And yes, one thing, this is seats lost actually. So let's correct this. So we say here seats lost because I created the copy, that's why. Okay, so very simple. Let's go to the see that what she has done. Okay, so here, yeah, so she has now nice concept. Data is modified and only 2000 and 2001 is available. So she created a copy actually of this in the Power Query, which I have shared with you. Okay, so she filtered the data from there, right? However, we could use the slicer and use the ES there too. Okay, confident and creativity is shown here. So what I like about this is that you could also think about the Power Query here, right? However, remember that the more data you have, you're putting a burden on your that the system also to read the data, right? And you have to also make sure that if the bigger the data is, the more time this Power BI will take to read the to create the visuals or to read the data. So if I can manage with the filters, I don't have to create this. Now imagine if you have already got 1 million rows here, big data, and you are creating the duplicate copy of the same data just to you know do this type of a task. It's not worth. Nobody will be will agree with you on this point. So we have to take care of those things also. But I have given you the full marks because uh, you could think of the Power Query, you could think of doing the, you can say, data modification. Okay, so full marks to you on this. You have used this stacking again, that I'm okay with that. Then what about the Shaker? Now Shaker has done something which we haven't, we did not do that. He actually used the small multiples, which we later, uh, you know, covered. But in this case, let's see that what he has done now. All of you know this option, right? Small multiples. So he's using again in the same visual. He's using the seats lost and the won. Okay, that you can do obviously, and he's putting the month here. So when he's putting the month, so how I will make it sure that this month is only for Jan? As you can see, he's only showing the Jan. So what he's done actually, I think he has put the filters here. Yeah. Now this filter I have not covered so far, so I'll not discuss this with anyone. Okay. However, I mean, I'm not subtracting any marks here. This I consider it as a right answer. Okay. But when I give you test, all of you have to understand that when I give the test, I also know that what I have covered. So I want you to, you know, work on that area, keeping this thing in mind that what I have covered in the training, not what I actually have known outside the training. Okay. So, but anyways, this is okay. And but the visuals features was not discussed. Okay, here I have given some notes. We wanted to see 2000 and plus 2001. Okay, so you have shown 2000 and 2001 here differently. No, this is correct. Let's go to the next question. I hope everybody is okay with this. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, because the rest of the test we'll quickly check. Question number two parts. Part one, create the visual for the parameter voters on monthly basis. So voters, I want to know the voters. Where is the voter? I want to know all these voters, right? Maybe state wise, but I haven't mentioned that. So maybe I just need to see the voters month on month. What is for the Jan, it's this plus this plus this. For the Feb, this plus this, that sort of comparison. I like to see that. Okay, so let me take your this how you have done this. Okay, so here count of voter is used, but it had to be the total voters, not count. So you did mistake here because I found that, you see, when you look at the data, do you not find that what I'm showing to my audience, everywhere you have a count of voters 333. Now how is it possible? What you did, you said that this is your table. You put the month here, you put the voter here, but you forgot to change it to sum, right? Now the thing is, why didn't you see the sum here? That's the point now. You don't see the option here, so you left it the visual just like that. Count. No, we're not looking for the count. Count will be same. Understand the point. Go back to your data. Now, what is the count here? What is the count here? 6. What is the count here? 6. What is the count here? 6. So why somebody will like to see that? See, count is different. Count means how many times that entry is coming. We wanted to see the total. That in Jan, what is the total voters, right? Like for that state. Forget about the state, but I would like to see the total voters from all over the states, let's say on the India level, on the country level, right? So now the thing is that if you, I think, didn't get the option of sum, that's why you got stuck here. But why you didn't get that option? That's the important point now, isn't it? Right? Now, before we see, look at this thing, let us see that what Shekhar has done, because I forgot actually I have checked so many questions here. Yeah, so yeah, that's how it is. Beautiful. You see that every month is there. Once you sort this data from Jan through June, this will make more sense. And you look at this, I can see the voters here. So for Jan, I have 59,000 almost, right? Is this correct? 59,000. For the Jan, there's 20,000. Sorry, 20 plus 21, and then this. Is it correct? So it's voters, right? Yeah. So for the Jan, I see this number 58 something. Yeah, 59. So once you go in the data and you see that it should be none, you will get the right picture, right? So if I have to, let's say, show the data, let's go in the data label. And in the data label, I say the values. This is also fine, but I'm just revising the things, right? So we have the right number. So what actually he has done so special that we could actually see here in the value section here, we could have this sum, right? Now, first of all, this value also is not, I mean, always try to rename the fields. This does not make any sense to viewer. Of course, view doesn't have to get into this, but you should have this value field name changed, because you see, value by month and parameter, it's not a good thing to show, right? We all must work on the title sum. So, okay, now look at this. This value is coming. So this gives the impression that maybe you just wanted to, do this because you are asked to do it. You did not get into this, right? You did not love your this the work, because I don't want to see this. The value doesn't make any sense. What is the value? What is it? Isn't it? So you could have we could have written here voters. And in fact, I'm in the favor, don't show anything here, just put the title here, right? Okay, and this parameter also doesn't look good, so you could remove the legends also. There are a lot of things here, isn't it? But how you have done this, let's quickly see that. So this is the question number 2. Yes. Do you see that what he has done? Okay, let's go back to this Sapna's data. So this is your, I think, the data. Yes, this is your data. Now this is the data, this is the original data. And you can see this is the another data. What is the difference? The difference is that in this data, this is a table 2, right? If I select this, yeah, table 2. When you put the voters here, the thing is that this is what I said in the Power Query session also. This voter is in number form, right? Now it is in the number form, so ideally it should be, you should be able to add it. Then why are you not able to add it? What's wrong? Yes, who will tell me? Who will tell me? Quickly. What Shekhar has done, Shekhar has said that, okay, I have to change this data. Shekhar went into the Power Query and Shekhar used the unpivot. Okay, if I take you to the Power Query, I may not be able to show you because this data must be linked with your Excel file, but we can see the steps, and that's how I will be able to see. So he has done the unpivoting, which is a good thing. I'll tell you why. So in the question number 3, look at this unpivot. The moment I change this link to my Excel sheet, provided data structure should not be changed, I will have the data. But I can see he has done the unpivoting, right? Which actually I was looking. So once he has done the unpivoting, what happened? All those months which are like this, which are coming here, basically, sorry, the voters, they started actually. This is not even the original data, I guess. Let me see. What is that? Yeah, this is the data. So here, all the Jan, Feb, March actually converted in the vertical direction. You have done this before also. And then the number of rows coming in front of that. So that's how his data looks like this. So for every Jan, Feb now, you have a number. And here, you should have actually changed the name. Okay, double click here, right here, voter turnout or total voters, whatever. You could do this in Power Query also, but I'm okay with that. This is fine. That was just the first step. Now, so when you come back here, you are able to create this. Now, why she's not able to create this? It's not because she did not use the unpivot, right? Because as far as the numbers are there inside the voter, I actually should be able to get the sum field. I should be able to sum it. I'm again repeating, nobody is able to answer. We have a team like 12 people of team, 13 people, including me, 14 in fact, including your manager, right? Now, do you not see this field as a text here? Look at the number. Where will you go if you get stuck in this type of a situation? Google will not help you. I may not be there. We have seen this before also. Recently, I think the number formatting is in the text. So let me quickly go and say this has to be whole number. We could do this in Power Query also, you know that, right? But once this turns out to be a number, I think then we will have that sum option, because you cannot sum the text field. Number was stored as a text. Now, how that happened? Maybe in Excel when she imported the data was like, it could be a reason that the data was there in the text format. But let's not get into all that. We know that how we can rectify. So now I click on this and there we go. You can see. So this is how you can sum. Perfect. Right. Now I'll keep this as it is. So here you have got no marks. This is incorrect. Shekhar has got correct, right? And of course you need to work on this. Not just Shekhar, but everyone, right? Remove all the junk things. Now, I also want to add here one thing that you see, the thing is that with this data, with this type of data which we have created, right? Like we have created here the visual. Now, you know that in your voter segment, uh, if you see this table two, this voter segment, right? Now, this voter segment, if I go by this visual, which is unpivot form. Let me see that if this is we can, sort out that. You see that here, because I'm able to convert that into the unpivot form, I told you that we can even go and create the slicer here, right? Because of this unpivot form. Your voters, voter turnout, everything is here. So anytime if I have to create the slicer here, like this, if I have to create the slicer, I can use this parameter, right? I can use this parameter, and then your visualization will look classic. You can then choose anything from here, right? Now this is not the part of the question, but I'm just telling you, right? But in a case where we don't have such headers, like in this case you don't have that, because you did not do the unpivot, you are not going to create, you will not be able to create any type of that the slicer in case if you need that, right? If I create here the slicer, for example, and I put the voter here, right? In the voter, I will get the numbers because your data actually is different. Okay. So, but otherwise, as per the question, if you could have done this small change in your data, changing the data type, this was to be considered the right answer. Okay. Fine. Let's go to the another one. Create a visual which shows total voter turnout invalid from state, HR, and PB only. So I need only two states, but this time I want all the parameters. Okay. So first of all, this let me create this question number 3, question number 2 actually, right? we were supposed to use this data. Okay, now I'll not do the unpivoting because the question is not asking to create any type of, you know, slicer. I can see my numbers seems like all are numbers. They are all on the right side, right? So I'll go here and I'll then put the parameter here, right? And then I click on this, all these options. Now this is also one of the challenges. You see, you have to put so many items here. If you do the unpivot, there will be just one field, right? Like Shaker put their values and you just go and drag that here. Okay, so there are a lot of things. Now once this is done, you know, we don't need the uh, this called the voters turnout and the invalid, right? So as I said that maybe you can take the help of the Power Query. You can filter the data in the Power Query in the same data and the voter will come. Or if I try to create here the slicer, let me see that if I have the parameter. Yeah, so I can show this in this way also, right? This way. So we have the voters here, right? And then you can work on the rest of the things, correct? I prefer doing this in the Power Query. This filter is also there, but I haven't told you this yet. So that this is the best. Okay, so let's go to the question number 2, second part. If you're silent, then I mean you're understanding me. You are with me on this. Create a visual which shows the total voters, voter turnout, invalid, and all that. Okay, so let's see. Question number 3. Question number 3 means, let's see that if Shaker has done it. I think he has done all the questions. Yeah. Okay. So here you see, we have put the state here and the parameter and the value. Okay. So again, what he's doing, he's using the same data, unpivoting. Okay. Because of which I can create here, put the state and the parameters here. Now, one thing which I did not like again, you see, of course, I understand that this feedback I've given value doesn't look good. Don't show all these things. Okay. But one more thing I found, that when you're showing the data labels, did you not see that this 0.00 million is giving us such a wrong picture? This data is so less that if you convert it into millions, this will not have any importance. But the user, when he's going to look at this data, he will say 0 million. I know it's not 0 million, but 0.00 million does not make any sense, right? So you have to take care of these things. Your data is not telling the story then. However, this is correct. But next time what you do then, we go here, right? And in the general tab, we quickly go inside this effects, I guess. No, sorry. In the visual, we will go and data labels, and we will say values, and we'll say not auto, but it should be none. Okay. Now this number matters. We can't call it 0.00 million, right? So this was the mistake. Okay, so it's not good enough to make the user, understand how the states are performing, because you know that data was not looking good. This data is still fine. Okay, you can try converting this into 1000. I think then that will still make a good picture. Yeah, right. But however, this is correct. Okay, approach is correct. So this is how it is, right? Let's go to the next thing. And in my this, let me give it a try. So I use this question number 3, I guess. So we have all these parties here, right? Now I always prefer unpivot option, but this time I'll go simply with this. So here, where is my question number 3? This is the data. So this is no, I think, sorry about that. Question number 2 is still there. Yeah. So it's the second part of question number 2. So here, as usual, I put my parameter here, state here. Let's see that. And then I'll just use few of them this way, right? And we need the state-wise performance. So State-wise performance, how is it? Create a visual which shows total voters from the state HR and PB. Okay, from HR and PB only. So from HR and PB means there's no need to put the state here. I can put the filter here, and here I can put the state, and I can say that HR and PB. Okay, in this way, right? And the more months you will put, you will have all the data. Now I didn't see how Shekhar has done this, HR and PB. He has used some filter. Yeah, he has used the filter. So leave that for now. But the question is this: if this is correct? Okay, I've used the slicer here. Fine. Let's go to the question number 3 now. Question number 3 is create a visualization which can show each of the party numbers for each year one over another. So we are talking about here stacking actually. So party should come and for every year 2001, 2003. So 10. This was pretty easy. Question number 3. Let's see that. Okay, year on year data presentation was supposed to be presented. It does not show. Incorrect. Okay, so Sapna, you created something here, but I did not see here anywhere year. Where is the year? What are you trying to show? You're saying that Kong is 10, BJ is 14, demo is 15. So what does visualization say? It I think does not even say that if this is a winning seat or if this is losing seat. What is it? Year is also not there, isn't it? If you anywhere disagree with me, let me know. I can also be wrong.
Yes, actually, so I attempted this question in last, so I was not able to complete it.
No problem. I'm not really looking for any explanation. I'm just sharing my view. But if you any point in time have a different opinion, then you can, of course, unmute. But so this is how it is. This is not correct. Let's see that how he has done it, Shekhar. So yes. So here I saw that. So he has created this. One over another. Perfect. This is a horizontal bar he has created, stacked one, right? And that's what I nearly did. Again, you have to make sure next time in the test this won't come. Okay, otherwise you'll not get marks. Value by attribute party doesn't make any sense. It's not. So this is a good thing. You see, this the year is here. So he simply put the attribute here. Now, how do I know what is the attribute? I have to go back to the data, right? In fact, you will go back to your data if you open this file after 7 days. It's not about me. So always change the names over here. Okay. So again, I think the unpivoting option he has used, which is nice. But this is how the idea is. Okay. So you put the here the party and uh, whatever I mean the parameters and then the value. Okay, I mean if this should go in this way instead of the value, if it should be seats one or what is it? There's nothing, but then you can write there's winning seat or something. You should write not this field, right? Not the value. And my question was actually which can show each party number. Yeah, so you can write party number also. Okay, so this is otherwise fine. And one more thing I have found here, x-axis does not show what we are trying to show here. Yeah, that's I have already said. You see, 0, 5, 10, 15 does not mean anything. At least you should have renamed here, if not in your data. If not in your data, you should have renamed this axis title, like number of seats or whatever, party numbers. But this is correct. I have given the full marks for this, okay, being this your first actually practical test. So this is incorrect for Sapna. Let's go here. Here in the question number 3. So I also use, let's say, the bar chart. And question number 3, I go and put all these numbers. First, I put the party here. And let's see that. Uh, like this, right? Again, please, as I said that right now this is okay, but many times we like to create the filters. So unpivot, if we do that, it will be better for us, okay? Because then you can even sort the data and filter the data also, right? If you have unpivot, if you don't remember anything, go back to the unpivot the lecture, right? So this all you can get rid of it. Okay, so let's go to the question number 4 now. Clean the data using the Power Query and pass into the BI, which should not consist RO greater than 100%. Okay, this is your some type of a performance. So there's no need to create any visual here. I'm only saying that just pass on the data to the BI by using the Power Query. So let's see that question number 4. Though you created it, fine, but this was not required. But let's see what you have done. This is your third question, right? Not the third, actually fourth. Yeah, this is the one. Now here seems like correct. Let me check your steps. If you have done this in Power Query, table 4. Give these names a good name, like table 4, then brackets question 1, question 2. No, not like this. Okay, make these tables readable. Okay, so you said that, yeah, so you have done all the things here: transpose, promote, header, change type, and finally RO should less than be 1. Why less than 1? 100%. Okay, right. So if you open this in your window, then yes, this will work. But I did not like one thing. When you are putting the data here, we are talking about here the percentage. So how can you leave your data like this? Select this, or maybe you should have done this in the Power Query, isn't it? Now such things I really want you to focus. So here in this the format, actually decimal, if you want that, fine. Where is the percentage sign? Yeah, this is what I needed it. 0.33, 0.66. We never have the show the data in this way, isn't it? Right? So if you want to keep the decimal, you can. Otherwise, you can say that, okay, I need the whole number. It's up to you. But still, I said that, okay, fine, no problem. This is okay. Okay. Next time you'll take care of these things. Yes, main thing is that you were able to do this in the Power Query. Okay, so let's see Shekhar, what he has done. Again, he's created the visual. Formatting should have been, yeah, so you also missed this. I have already given the feedback, Shekhar. Okay, so you also left the data just like that. You have to convert this into that's what you call formatting, right? So if I have to do this quickly in my this question number 4, obviously question number 4, I keep this as it is. Will not use this, but in the Power Query for others, this is your data, right? Transform the data, because this is something I cannot do in the BI window if I have to consider that as a final data. So go to the question number 4, and in the question number 4 we simply say RO should be whatever it is. I don't know what was the this less than, I think, was it 100%, right? So less than, I say that 1.0, and let's see that this is the data, and then immediately here in the home tab I'll go and I say that please convert this into a percentage. Yeah, right, percentage comes. Now what is the next question? Yeah, so in this using the Power Query, remove the headers, all these to be removed, and we have to just show this as a header, right? So let's see that it's incorrect. Well, I can't say, because you might have I don't know how you have your data, and then how you uh, did that in the Power Query, because it's difficult to see the all the steps. But I think that it wasn't required, because I saw that you did many different type of steps, like filter null and white space, transpose the table. There was no need to do all this transpose. It was a plain question. It was like this, that let's see that this is Sapna's file. This is Shekhar's. Yeah, so question number 4. No need to create here anything. So yeah, this is how Shekhar has done it. You see that, right? So first you just go in your, so let's say this is my data. This is my data, right? Now what I do is I take this data in the Power Query, transform the data. Question number 5. Now here what I do, I don't need these headers, right? We want this header to be there, right? So maybe you can say use the first row as header, first row of your data, right? So this is how the first row will take the data, and that's it. Say close and apply. Okay, so this becomes my data, right? So that's why I did not give you the marks on that, because this was very simple thing, but transposing something and all that, I couldn't understand that. And he has done it right, same way, right? So this question is correct for Shekhar. Then the question number 6. Create a report which shows these months month-on-month sale. Please note that report title should say target sale. In the same report, X title say pilot months, and visual should not show sale number, and y-axis should be hidden. Y-axis we don't want to show that. This was the thing, and then you have to show the other things, titles and all that, right? So let's see that question number 6 for Sapna. Yeah, you see that this is correct. So again, she created this visual here, pilot months, target sales per pilot month, and y-axis is gone, right? Y-axis is off, you know how to do that. And then the data labels are on. This is correct. What about Shikhar? He is actually done this again correct, right? No y-axis, title and everything, he has kept it like this. Fine, guys. Simple thing. Y-axis, you don't need that. So go here and say that in the y-axis, this off this y-axis. Look at this. Both of them has done this correct. This was very simple. So question number 7. What is the role of the legends? Is it always needed? If not, give example. You have to tell me if it is not required anytime. And then create a slicer which can give us the year and the month in the same slicer. 2 questions. Okay. So let's see that. So legend provide information. Legend data comes from the columns of the grid. Nobody can understand that. What is grade report you're talking about? Provide information. What? Like what information? The entire visualization provide the information, isn't it? So maybe you know it, but you were not able to explain. Slicer is correct. You have put both the things here in the same. If I go here, year and field, so one can clearly go and use both the things. So this is fine. And Shekhar, I think, has done this again correct. Now this is what I need. Legends are used to bifurcate the data by using the parameters. Bifurcate the data. Tell us, is this is a north zone because this is a red color. This is a south zone because this is a blue color, like this. Legends are not necessary, however. If we have multiple categories in a chart which needs bifurcation in terms, then legends must be used. Yes. If you have only one data, then you don't need the legend, because then it is going to be represented as the same data. You know, if I show you here, let's say, so we are looking only for Kong party, this Kong party, this Kong party, this Kong party throughout the years or months, you know, then you don't need the legend. It's a waste of that legend, right? So if I have a one category, then yes, I don't need the legends, right? Like in this case, do you need the legends here? No, you don't need it, right? Because we are talking about some specific thing, sales, right? And he has given the example also. If you have this party in Haryana state over the year, in this case, legend is not required because there is a single party here, right? So this is nice. So this is what exactly I was looking. Okay, so I'll add all these things in my this also, and I'll forward you the solutions. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.